Hi again. My name is Rebel and I'm the Rebel Reseller. And today I'm going to be doing another haul video of more stuff that I picked up at our trip to Nashville. I've got a pile here, and then I do have another partial bag of stuff from the Goodwill bins in St. Louis. I'm going to just try to get through as much of this as I possibly can. And then move on to, I think we still have more stuff that we bought in Nashville, but I'm just trying to get a whole lot of stuff processed because I'm bumping up my listing numbers. I have been listing 12 to 15 a day, and my sales have been down, and I'm just kind of wondering, is that affecting? I know for some people 12 to 15 sounds like a lot, but I used to do 25, 30, 35 a day, and I just wonder if that change is also affecting my algorithm.
You also put your store on time away.
Time away, y'all. I intentionally did time away this time. Unfortunately, it was only for one day. Because I wanted to test if I listed something and it sold. That's a weird noise. It's a car.
That was a very weird
noise.
Sounded like an old UFO noise from a video game or something, or from an old 50s movie.
Right. So, time away always seemed to slow my sales down, whether it's for one day, 10 days, whatever.
Just one question: does extended handling do the same?
Yes. Anytime I think you mess with your store, it just slows things down. For me, this is my experience only. I'm sure I'm going to have people in my comments saying, no. But
we all seem to have different experiences, that's for sure.
So even though it was just for one day, we left Thursday morning. So technically it was just Friday was going to be on my time away. Thursday and Friday. But I ended and did sell similar 400 items, over 400. I listed that morning after I was on time away. I sent offers. I counter offered. The one thing that I listed and sold that day did not fall under my one day handling. It went into my extended handling. So maybe eBay is messing with stuff. I only did it because my son was here and he has shipped before, and he knew that if something sold, he would go ahead and get it shipped for me, but I had nothing happen.
That one item goes against what the eBay concierge service told you recently.
Yep. And lots of you have made comments saying, I've listed and sold and sent offers and counter offers, and I've not had any problems. So I may try it again for a few extra days the next time we go somewhere. And see, as long as I have somebody here who can ship for me. I did have an instant a couple of years ago. I don't remember when we were on vacation, I had done time away, something I had listed or I had done end and sell similar for. I don't remember the situation. But it sold, and it was the one day handling. So I've always just been tentative. eBay's policy literally says no sending offers, no doing counter offers, and no listing if you're in time away. But I tested it and I didn't have issues, so I'm going to try it again, and we'll see the next time, if I have any issues, because it would be nice not to have to go in and do 11,000 listings, changing the handling every single day and sending messages so that your buyers realize that you're not going to be shipping until this date, because you can't leave that kind of message when you're just doing extended handling. So it was a good test, but now I need to do longer. So my next vacation, I may do that for a few days, and then if I have an issue, I can always change it.
I heard you made a customer mad. We've delayed long enough. Let's show them some stuff, and then we'll talk about
your
unhappy customer.
Yeah, that I'm waiting to figure out what to do for them. All right, let me show you some of the stuff I picked up at the Nashville bins. I have picked up Doorables, but the little figures before, Disney Doorables. But I ended up finding these. There's quite a few. They're not worth a whole lot, but look how cute they are. I'll probably just do a lot of these three. You know, what is Angel from Stitch and Mickey and Daisy? I want to say they were only going to be like $5 or $6 each. Look what else I found. You know I'm tempted to keep them, but I can't. I just cannot. So I'm hoping to list like each lot $19.95 or something like that. But just very cute. But they're the Disney Doorables.
Doing a lot on those, $5 each, you know, it's kind of not the greatest item price to be selling things for, but as a lot at $15 or so, that's great.
15, 20.
And I pointed this out to you this morning. You're selling the heck out of little people right now.
I'm making larger lots of like 11, 12, 13 each in a lot, and things that I've had forever in just smaller lots.
Of like 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it sat forever, but I'm selling out, and you know, I might have to start looking for them more earnestly, like when I'm at yard sales and stuff, because they are doing well for me, and I'm getting, you know, $2-ish for each one. So not bad at all.
And we did I think we weighed them once. If you buy them at the bins at like $2 a pound, they're like 16 cents or something like that, wasn't it? So they're pretty cheap. And if you like, 16 cents into $2, but if you're doing, let's say 10 of them, you know, you've turned $1.60 into $20. You know, in one lot, in one chunk. It's only, and the thing is, by doing the lot, instead of having, let's say you did them in twos before, you're doing 10 of them. That's one box instead of 5 boxes going out.
True.
You know, and less tape, less not bubble wrap, but probably fewer air pillows. It's just more profitable overall. Maybe even if you're taking a little bit less for each item, and you're selling them. I mean, we've sold quite a few of them this year.
Yeah, my little people lot is getting very low, and it's usually full.
And they're much easier for me to pick out of, because instead of having, you know, 100 packs of 2, there's like 10 packs of, or like 10 packs of 20 or something. You know, it's just much easier to find what I'm looking for in there.
Yeah. All right, we did stop at a yard sale when we were in Pleasant View, Tennessee. It was like a town-wide sale, and I paid $2 for all of this. But it's just Barbie stuff, just a whole bunch of accessories. Some of this might be Shopkins also. I'll just have to go through Google Lens what I don't know. Otherwise, I'll probably just make a big lot. And, you know, again, 30, 40, 50 bucks for a large lot of Barbie stuff for $2. Right. This is Jimmy. I tend to pick up most Jimmy, especially if it's working, which this one was. It was. I promise. It ain't now, but it was. Check the limbs. Like this one has movable arms. So I'm going to be checking to make sure it's not broken before I even buy it. But I'm hoping like 15, 20 bucks for this. It's funny the battery died so soon. Look, Manhattan Toy Company. If I've got any other mini plush from that brand, I may just add this to it. But I just, you know, it's the bins. It probably weighs 2 ounces, so I didn't pay nothing for it. All right, Elephant Lovey. This one is, Blankets and Beyond. Probably going to be bread and butter, but y'all know me. I pick up a lot of Loveys. Look how cute. Little dog plush, and it's a puppet. The tag is completely faded, so I'm not quite sure who, you know, what brand it is. But I'm still probably going to list it for probably $15. Chosun. Little terrier dog plush. Just thought it was adorable. Again, I'm hoping like $12, $15 for it. Look. This is Scentsy Buddy. It did have a scent pack in it. Yeah, it smells like one of the baby powder ones, maybe. Ooh, let's see. Clean Breeze. Make sure you take these out of your Scentsies before you wash them. This one definitely needs washed. I tend to usually put it like in 2 Ziploc bags because y'all, they are potent smelling. I want to say this was probably still only going to be like $12 or $15. It seemed to have fewer listed. There was others that were different. I think like $12 to $15 on it. Little duck. It is gunned also. Newer tags, so more contemporary. Probably going to be like $9.95. I think I have some other gunned Sesame Street figures or plush listed. That was the sole purpose of picking him up. Hopefully I don't have an Elmo in that lot, but I was just going to go ahead and make a lot of the Sesame Street characters. Tie Pillow Pals. This is just a pink rabbit. There was a whole series of different colored ones of these. Does not have its ear tag. Probably going to be bread and butter, but it was in just really nice condition. If I have a different colored rabbit, I may make a lot. All right, this is Carter's Child of Mine. It is a wind-up pink flamingo. I did test it because a lot of times they don't make the wind-ups like they used to. A lot of times these are stripped when I go to turn them, but this one's not. 2021, I want to say it was going to be like $10 or $12, but it'll have to be boxed because that would break. The Petting Zoo, my first puppy, just cute. I pick up a lot of dogs these days. Probably going to be bread and butter. All right. This was good stuff, but it is Dave and Buster. Yeah, right there. I pick up a lot of their plush from the restaurant or whatever it is, arcade restaurant type thing. Some of them do really, really well. I think this one was just going to be bread and butter. I don't know if it's supposed to make noise. Don't think so. If I have anything else Dave and Buster that's lower dollar-ish, I may go ahead and make a lot. Look how cute. It is Vintage Eden. It is Peter Rabbit, Frederick Warren. Probably had some clothes on or a vest, an apron, something. Still going to be bread and butter, but if I've got any other Eden, Beatrix Potter plush, I may make a lot with it. Loved this. It is Gerber children's wear. Don't know if I've found anything from that brand before, but it's a lovey with the knotted corners. At least bread and butter, hopefully a little bit more. This says Market Identity, Major League Baseball. Looks vintage. It's a bean plush, Aussie. Don't know anything about none of this. What is sounds?
Those are things you hear?
No. Does it mean, was there an actual team?
Probably.
Probably. We don't know. I'm hoping, $12, $15 for it.
Now, you'd think maybe Ozzie Smith, who was awesome shortstop for the Cardinals back in the day, but they're called the Cardinals, not the Sounds.
I don't know. I think I just sold one of these recently. This one is Cloud B. The other one to really be looking for is Best Made Toys. There's another rabbit or dog, I think, that has these kind of ears. I think I still sold this for like $12 to $15.
Nashville Sounds mascot.
Who are the Oh,
Is that their soccer team?
I don't know. We drove by a soccer stadium for Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
Could have been. But
Nashville Sounds.
that doesn't look like soccer attire. That looks like baseball attire. Maybe it's a minor league.
MLB, Minor League Baseball.
Minor league baseball.
Is what I'm assuming here.
Yep.
They're affiliated with the Milwaukee Brewers.
Oh. All right, Chick-fil-A cows. Funny is, I knew I had one sitting over here waiting to do something with, so I found 2 more of them. So now I've got at least a lot of 3 of the Chick-fil-A cows. 15, 20 bucks.
They are a AAA franchise, which means they are the level of minor league baseball right below the major leagues.
They pull from that league to go to the majors.
Generally, yeah.
Generally.
You get pulled from AA up to AAA. I mean, you could bounce around different places, I guess. But I watched a video the other night. This guy got drafted in 2019, and this is 2025. So he's been in the minor leagues all this time, and I guess somebody had an injury or something. They pulled him up to play, and he had a home run in his first at bat in the major leagues. What a day!
What a day! Cute monkey. It says creations from Deluxe Playthings. Definitely vintage. Just cute. I'm hoping to list it 15, 20 bucks. This intrigued me. I couldn't find anything right away on it. It is fleece, satin ears, just the colors. Kind of reminds me of like Lily Pulitzer or something. But I went ahead and grabbed it.
So I know you're trying to dodge this topic, but what'd you mess up? I dragged this up right here on camera because I mess up a lot of stuff too.
Yes.
I'm not picking on you.
But
like the whole printer thing, yeah. Call them, right? Call them.
Sometimes I think I need to just let Robert read my responses to buyers, because I got a message this morning. Somebody bought something overnight. I have 1-day handling, so I have to ship it today. And she just basically said, I'm not at home. I'm in Virginia for a graduation. You don't have to ship right away. So I just responded with,
Read exactly what you wrote. That way it's good and clear.
So let's go back. This was how the messages went. Hi, no hurry to ship. I'm not where she lives now. I'm in Virginia for her graduation. I just responded at 6:46 this morning. I have 1-day handling, so it will be shipped today. Thanks.
I like to call it that's what is known as terse.
Terse.
Not verbose.
I just was like, it's going to be shipped today.
And
if you don't want your mail delivered when you buy something, then you should put a hold on your mail, right? But
I accused Rebel of talking like a seller or responding like a seller.
Yes.
And not looking at this from the buyer's perspective.
Right. So she responded with one word, wow. And I'm taking that as a negative, as if I'm not accommodating her request. So then I responded again. If I don't ship when I say I will, then eBay gives me a defect on my account for late shipment. I said, do you want to cancel and then pay when you are ready for me to ship? And I've not had a response. And the item is sitting right here, waiting to see if I'm going to get a response from her. Because, I could have handled it better.
I told her something like, I have 1-day handling on my account and eBay requires me to ship it today or I will get a defect on my account. And if you would like to cancel this and repurchase it when you're back home, I'm happy to do that. Otherwise, I have to ship it today.
Yeah, I'm going to blame it on the fact I just hadn't had enough coffee yet. Just hadn't. But now I'm kind of in limbo on what to do with this because, should I cancel it? Problem with the address, because literally it is a problem. She doesn't want it to get delivered early. Or do I go ahead and ship it? Because I'm not going to take the defect. I mean, I have one, which was my fault. And my numbers are very, very, very minute. But I just don't. I just don't want to take one if I don't need to. Because what if for some reason, I have an issue with the post office like I did before where 40 some packages didn't get,
60 some.
oh, 60 some packages didn't get their first scan. You know, I just don't want to take the defect when it's not my fault. Well, I mean, that wouldn't have been either. But yeah, I ended up with 7 defects out of those 60s because they still were late, which we all know right now the post office is so late on so many of our packages.
So what I was telling Rebel is that when she reads these, she needs to think like a buyer, not a seller, and respond with longer messages.
Longer explanations. True. True, true, true.
And I think that, we tend to we live in our own little bubble, and it's easy just to plow through this. She's trying to list in the morning. She's trying to get her coffee in her. She's trying to, do all the things that she normally does in the morning and responding to this message that, if you don't want your stuff to be delivered, don't buy it until you're back home. But I understand I want to buy it because you just got to think of it from the buyer's perspective and live out and poke your head outside our perspective,
our windows,
bubble.
yeah.
And see it from how the buyer's going to see it and maybe respond a little more kindly to them than you do to me.
Stop it. All right, couple more. This is Dakin. Trying to see if it's Fun Farm. Nope, just Dakin. It looks like 1977. This probably sat down in like something with a mama bear. Don't know, or it was attached, but I'll just list it as a replacement. It's not a rattle or anything. I thought this was very cute. Sad Sam and Honey. This is Honey. Cute little Mother's Day, Valentine's Day plush. It says licensed and trademark. Oh, Dandy. Y'all, I don't pick up a whole lot of Dandy anymore, but I guess character plush would be an exception. Probably need to do another video on Dandy if I haven't done one already. See if there's any high dollar ones we all should be looking for.
Those you mentioned if you haven't done one already. I think you may have done one. But
it's been a while.
It's been 2 or 3 years ago, and things change.
Yep. Very cute. Wildlife Artists. I like that brand. A lot of times it is also associated with Bass Pro Shop. I'm not seeing this one that way. I guess it's some kind of maybe lynx? No. What would it be?
Lemur?
Lemur? No.
Raccoon?
Maybe? I don't know. Again, the
rebel zoologists would know this.
The Hammett zoologists are amiss right now. The thing I want to point out, though, more than anything, is right here on the tag. It says fall 2014. For some reason, that's important to buyers who are looking for wildlife artist stuff. So just make sure you add that to your title. And I'll have Robert quickly take a picture and see what that is. That tail is just throwing me off. And then last but not least, I like Garfield, Odie's girlfriend, I forget her name. They don't sell very quickly, but I still will always pick them up. This one is play by play. The tags are falling apart. That ain't going to make it through a wash. So it is what it is. Because of the size, I'm hoping $20, $25 for it. All right, so what's the animal?
That is a...
Lynx.
No. A lemur.
It
No.
is no.
A raccoon. No. A red panda.
Oh, now that makes sense. But it doesn't look like the red pandas that I have found in the past. So it was throwing me off. But yeah, the striped tail should have been an idea. Oh, he's got tape on his face too. Not quite sure what. Oh, you know what? He's hardly been played with. The whiskers have been taped down. I probably will leave that. It's only on one side though. Just keep them from getting all smooched in shipment and stuff. Again, I'm still hoping like 15 or so for it. All right, hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know. Have you been a little too terse in your comments with buyers, and we all need to do better?
I enjoyed it, pointing out your faults to the world.
It was pre-coffee. Pre-coffee. All right, y'all. It's time to get to work. Bye.